And welcome back, everyone, to It's After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel. Now, join me on the line, or in the studio, I guess. This young lady is, well, she shot the score. She does her own thing. She has many projects. She's more busy than the federal government, or actually more efficient than federal government. I give you the beautiful, the talented, legendary cougar slash business lady. I give you it is Coralyn Jewel. Coralyn, let's start off here with so you were telling me off air you're doing this whole card game video, interactive game. Tell us about that because it sounds like a lot of work but a lot of fun. How'd you come up with it?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on your show, Chris. I appreciate it. How did I come up with it? I run a swingers club. I started it in 2012, so I have 18,000 members, and I do lifestyle coaching for my couples or people who are new to the swinger lifestyle and want to just learn different etiquette. And what I realize is that a lot of times when someone's new at an event, they are they're kind of standing in a corner, they're watching a little bit, they might be, hesitant to go and speak to another couple. And so what I decided to do was develop a game that's kind of an icebreaker. And so it's a card game where I've got different levels. So if you're brand new, you got the basic level, and then it goes to a little bit riskier and then riskiest. And so what I do is, they can get together. I do like a game night when I do like my parties and stuff. And it's a chance for them to, it's kind of like a truth or dare in a way, but a little bit more directed towards lifestyle stuff. So that is going to be releasing. We just did the little version. The version went out, but my cards came this big. See my hands? I made a mistake, and so I have to redo it now on poker size cards. So that's going to be coming out soon. It's called the Hanky Panky Lifestyle Game.
All right, so you mentioned the swingers part, and how tough is it sometimes just doing all this here and having time to swing because you're constantly busy. You're shooting for score. You're doing your Manyvids, your OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing all this stuff here. How tough is it sometimes just to have date night with your friends? Because hey, let's face it, you're doing 5 different things, six different
Yes.
ventures, and here's probably days like, look, I have no time to even get off the goddamn computer here. You gotta leave me alone, people.
Yeah, 100%. In fact, my biggest dilemma right now is I'm actually trying. I've got a social media manager, but I think I need a personal assistant, and that's my biggest dilemma right now. Is because between shooting porn, still modeling, I still run a talent management company. I'm a wedding planner. I'm a swing club owner. I'm doing my own podcast, my Hanky Panky podcast. I'm trying to write my second book. I'm trying to work, get my lube out on the market, my game out on the market, and then I still offer lifestyle coaching, and I travel and I do seminars for people that are new to the adult industry or people that are new to the lifestyle or have questions or need assistance. And so there's too many things that I'm doing, and I've got to try to figure out where to put my effort and energy. So that's my biggest dilemma now. So date night, just recently started dating somebody, and I told him, I said, don't worry about me ever cheating on you because I don't even have no time. There's no time. So
now I got to talk about the book because you wrote a book. It's called When the Ice Melts. The story of Coralyn Jewel. You wrote the book along with Ryan Michaels. How tough was that at times when you're writing everything, you're going over everything, and with every book, there's always the good, the bad, and the ugly. You have the bad and ugly are two different parts. So how tough was it sort of reliving all this stuff all over again when it's like sometimes you put stuff to bed, then when it comes back up, it's like a scab that got picked.
Yeah, it was really tough, but also I think it was a good learning experience for me. So I was actually approached by Ryan Michaels. He was a journalist in Las Vegas at the 2015, I believe it was, AVN Awards. And so we worked together on the project. And then he ended up kind of stepping back and saying to me, this is your story. And I think that it's really going to come across more to your readers if you finish it and you write it and you make the adjustments. And the truth is that I spent many times just sitting there crying because I was putting everything into words about things that had happened to me. But ultimately, I think it gave me a chance to come clean to everybody, come clean to my family, come clean to my friends, come clean to my children about my experiences, what I've done, what I learned, and where I want to go from here. So
how tough is that balancing all this? Was breaking it to your kids, hey, I do porn because everybody talk to, whether it's MILF performers, kids, even young, teen
mm-hmm.
performers, or 20-year-olds, they try to keep their lives separate. It's, this is porn. This is my family. We're separate here. I don't want them crossing over, but they do. They do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes it just does because somebody says something, somebody sees it, or somebody's in a real a-hole about it.
Yeah.
How tough was it for you to sort of explain to your kids, look, this is what I do, this is what's going on? Yeah.
Well, what I can say, first of all, I can tell any of your listeners that are listening, if they are in this world, if they are adult performers, sooner or later, someone's going to find out. Your mom's going to find out. Your dad's going to find out. A family member, a kid, whatever it is. Okay. So stop hiding it and come clean, because if you're ashamed of what you're doing, then don't do it. For me, I love to perform. I don't need to perform anymore right now. I've got so many other things going in my career, but I want to. I still want to perform. And for me, it was such a breath of fresh air, really, to come clean to my kids. And then it now creates an openness in this house. I'm a single mom of my boys. And so we can talk about sex. We can talk about masturbation. They can come to me and say, Mom, I need lotion for masturbating, or Mom, my girlfriend and I are having sex. And I can say, please God, don't do it in a car in the middle of nowhere. So they know they can talk to me about birth control and safety and condoms and sexual transmitted diseases. And I think in a lot of households, it's still so hush hush that the children don't know who to turn to when they have a question about something, sexually. And so for me, honestly, breath of fresh air, because now there's no secrets.
Speaking of secrets, let's talk about some of the stuff you've done here in terms of, you have as I said, you have that secret life where, yes, you're a porn star, but you're also a couples counselor. You're a wedding planner here. How does that work? I mean, how do you go about, how tough was it getting, I guess, respectability so that when you planned weddings and everything, people go, all right, she knows what she's doing. She's worth it here. I'm looking forward to working with her.
Yeah. So all the other stuff that I do, the lube, the game, the lifestyle events, the coaching, the porn, everybody in that realm with my life there knows everything else. There's no secrets. Okay. For the weddings, that's a completely different business. I don't say, when they call me and they want me to hire me as a wedding planner, oh, and I'm this, and that. It's none of their business. I've had one couple, I've had the male half contact me and say, oh my God, you were my wedding planner. And I just, yep, yes, I was. And what? So I don't put it out there, but if anybody in a couple hires me, comes to me and said, oh, I found out you do this or you do that. If they don't want to hire me, then don't hire me. My wedding business has over 40 5-star reviews, and I'm Couple Choice Awards winner 5 years in a row. So if they're going to judge me on other things that I do to make a living, I don't want to do their wedding. So it's kind of how I look at it.
How nice is it sometimes doing just, because I know you have your own stuff and your own projects, but how nice is it sometimes just shooting for the companies where you get pampered? I mean, let's face it, you get pampered. When you go to the store, you get makeup done, you get your hair done, you get food, you have great sex. How nice is that when it's like, all right, I don't have to worry about anything. Show up on set, I have sex, that's it. I don't have to worry about editing, paperwork, all this other crap. Yep. I can just go and have fun.
I was just talking recently to someone that I just started dating, and I was saying to him, I need help. This is too much for me. I just went to Mexico for 10 days and took a 10-day break. But I said to him, what the craziest thing is? Of all the things that I do and all the things that I want to do in my career, the easiest one with the least stress is shooting a porn. It really is. You show up, either your hair and makeup ready or they do it for you, and you're done in an hour, 2 hours, depending on how many scenes you're doing on set, and you're out the door and there's no stress. My swingers events are so freaking stressful. I'm going through something right now with them that sometimes I weigh it out and I go, I don't even know if I want to do it anymore. I don't think I need the stress anymore. So that's the biggest dilemma. The porn is, in my mind, the easiest of everything that I do, and the least stressful.
If you're just tuning in, once again, we got Coralyn and Jewel here on the show. We're talking all things, of course, score. We're talking her life swingers club. We're talking even about all our projects. As you can go on to our website once again, which is Coralyn Jewel. That is Coralyn Jewel.com. What's on the bucket list? Give me some things you want to get accomplished this, let's say, next year. Doesn't even be sex. It can be just business lives. What are some of the things that you're working on going, I want to get these done?
Okay, bucket list for sure is let me get I want my Coralyn Jewel CBD lubricant bottled and out there. Okay. So I'm working with a company and, it's just like a babysitting game. Bucket list, and it's almost done, is the game I told you about, the card game, the hanky panky lifestyle game. And then my documentary, that's like my next biggest project. So I've got a screenwriter in Colorado, I've got a director in New York City, and I've got a music producer down in California, in Southern California. And that's our project now, is working together to get this documentary shot and the B-roll. And I actually have an old, I don't know if you know this, I was a competitive figure skater going for the Olympics, and I lived in Sweden. One of my old skating students, who is now living here in California, she is going to play me in the documentary. So that's really exciting too. So those are my three big things right now.
Tell me about this documentary. Are you worried? Because a documentary shows everything. It's no one sees you can just go like a TV movie or a reality show where you can edit stuff. Documentary, it's everything. You're warts and all. So is there a part where it's like, okay, I don't know if I really want to do this year, because they're going to see everything, and I do mean everything.
Nope, not at all. My entire goal with everything, with my book, with my lifestyle coaching, with my podcast, with my blogs that I write weekly, and then with this documentary, is that if I can do anything to stop the judgment on the adult industry and stop the judgment on people that want to do or live various relationship lifestyles, whether it's swingers, polyamory, kink, BDSM, consensual non-monogamy, whatever it may be, I'm going to put it out there. And I'm really one of those people. If it's something that you don't like or you don't want to be involved in, that's fine, but don't shut your mouth. Don't get involved. It's not your life. So if it's not hurting you, have nothing to do with it. So if my documentary can get people out there to realize to live their lives for them and be who they want to be and stop feeling ashamed for choices that they make, then I feel like I've helped someone. So I'll put my story on the line for that.
What else do you hope to accomplish? I mean, how much do you want to show people that this is work? I mean, people think, oh, it's easy. I have an iPhone. My girlfriend here is very kinky. I can now shoot porn. Hey, I'm a porn star. No. How much do you want to show? Like, there's a process, work, dedication, that everything that you do, it's a 24/7 job. That it's like a baby that needs to be fed and always needs to be pampered.
Yeah. So, that's kind of why I do my blogs and my podcast, is that because there's so many different things. So in my experiences, people come into the lifestyle or, they come to my events at swingers events, and then they go, oh, I can do this. I can run this. And then they try, and they're very nasty, and they really try to compete. And, we'll just say, not nice things. Okay. And I've learned since 2012, instead of getting upset about it, I just sit back and I watch, because I watch them come and I watch them fail. And that's because it's not just throwing a swingers party. It's not it. There's so many legalities and things that you need to do, especially in the state of California, to make sure that you're covering your ass legally. And then for the adult industry, it's the same thing. You have to think about your legal forms, your 2257 compliant form, your model forms, your IDs, your bunny ear picture. There's so many different things that people don't know. They don't know. And then they go and they shoot content, and then they put it up on their OnlyFans, and they don't have the necessary documentation, and their content gets pulled. So that's what people need to know if you're stepping into the lifestyle or the industry, or really anything, doing podcasts. You think you can do a podcast. Well, after a while, you're going to run out of ideas and topics and guests, and you've got to be creative and know, where you're going to take everything.
I was going, as you mentioned before, and as you said, you found love, you found this guy you're dating. Mm-hmm. How do you explain to him everything here? Because, as you said, civilians don't get it. They think, oh, this is easy. You're just shooting porn. You're going to do all this here. How tough was it to explain to him, like, there are going to be days I won't answer the phone. I won't be able to talk to you. I'm literally just buried in paperwork, video editing, clip editing, networking here. I have phone calls I got to return. How does he understand that he's always going to be second? The baby comes first. And as you said, a lot of people can't deal with that. Not even in porn, just like dating celebrities, dating athletes, dating people who are always busy. You always will come second.
Yeah. So, for me, my hardest thing was I've been divorced for about 12 years. And when I started dating, even when I wasn't yet in the adult industry, I was, maybe I was doing webcamming and like doing panty sales online and stuff. Um, I still would have men that would say to me, "Oh, that's hot. That's fine. I accept it." And then bottom line, they did it. And I would say that I've maybe had 4 serious relationships, in the past 12 years, and every single one has really ended because of the jealousy, because they'll hear me webcamming and say, "Oh, love, I love that so much. You're so sexy to me." And then they're like, "Oh, you love him? You love him? You want to be with him?" And so that's the bullshit that I go through. So the new guy that I'm dating so far, I just laid it all out there on the line for him. This is who I am. This is what I do. When I give my heart to somebody, I give my all. And so far, we'll see. He's pretty amazing. So we'll see. He's accepted everything. He understands. Even when we're together and I say, "I'm so sorry, I have to return this text message or email," he always says, "Don't ever apologize to me for working. You're a hard worker. You're a go getter. You do what you need to do." So that's super cool about him.
Now, does it help that, as you said, I'm guessing one, he is basically also a swinger. Does it also help that you're no longer like shooting a lot? Like it's not like but where you're shooting with Brazzers, Naughty America, all these other companies that he is. It's easier for him to go, okay, I get it, because you're not just having sex every day and going, okay, yeah, this is
Um,
getting awkward.
you know, Yeah, I mean, so we're really, really, really new. We're like 3 weeks new, 3 or 4 weeks new. But he's super cool. Like he said, he's gonna take me to the airport this Friday. I'm flying to San Francisco to shoot a scene. He said, "I'll take you, I'll pick you up." Yesterday he was over here. He left in the morning. I had a photo shoot last night, 7 to 10. He said everything, hope everything went well. He doesn't monitor, he doesn't babysit. And he is open to the lifestyle. I met him at a lifestyle event, but he's not necessarily saying like, "I want to be a swinger full time." And he comes from a really, really amazing background, and we have a lot in common. So we'll see where he goes, but I don't see any jealousy or anything starting with him. Hopefully.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are proud to have on the show. I give you a porn star slash author slash uh, editor slash she's, as I said, she probably has like 20 job titles, but I can remember all of them. I give you Coralyn Jewel. Coralyn, before I let you go, where can fans check you out at besides the website, CoralynJewel.com? Like, where is the Twitter page, the OnlyFans? Where can fans hit you up at?
Okay, so the easiest thing is they go to Coralyn Jewel, so CoralynJewel.com. Okay, you can click there to get to my Hanky Panky podcast. You can also click there to contact me, and then you can click down under events, and that way they can find like lifestyle swinger events in Southern California. And then for all my social media, they can find that on there. And also when they go to the Hanky Panky podcast.com page, and that's spelled HANKIE podcast.com. And that's where they can find all my other social media. And my Coralyn Jewel page has a link to my book as well through Amazon, Kindle. I have an audio version we just completed a couple months ago. And I also do autograph signed copies as well. So those are the two best ways to contact me.
Coralyn Jewel, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are proud to have you here on the show. We come back. We got a lot more going on here only on its After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel.